Tatiana Londono here, founder and CEO of Londono Realty Group. With over 100 agents, we're one of North America's largest residential brokerages. And in this market, we are growing like crazy.
Welcome to the Nick and Jimmy Show. I'm Jimmy, this is Nick. On today's episode, we have Tatiana Londono. Tatiana, welcome on the show.
Thank you very much, guys. Happy to be here.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So talk to us, Tatiana. Many people, including ourselves, want to know, who are you and what do you do?
Oh my God, that's a really big question. So my name is Tatiana Londono. I am a mother, a wife, a friend, and I am the head broker of Londono Realty Group, my own independent agency, fastest growing agency in Quebec. I am a real estate maven. I like to say a master broker, and I'm all things real estate and lover of travel and life.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Thank you.
How did you get involved with real estate? How did it happen?
Ooh, you really want to hear that story?
Absolutely.
Of course.
So it's the same story I
Not
told.
only me, many people want to hear your story.
So how did it start? We had a call center. I was working in the call center business at an early age. I was like 20. So while I was in university, I was working part-time at a call center. And I couldn't believe the kind of money that you could make. And I truly believe, I'm not one to be all discreet about money. I think money is a great thing if you do good things with it. Mm-hmm. It could get your kids through proper schools. It could get you to make money to give to charities and help the world. And it could also help you live the life of your dreams, if that's what you're into. Because I'm sure you could do the same thing working in Africa, helping children in schools. So rewind, at the time I realized, wow, this is a really good way to make money. Working in a call center, people are naturally afraid of being on the phone and talking to people on the phone, and I never had that problem. And it's funny, I've had this connection with my brother from day one. He's always motivated me to take it to the next level, everything I do. And at the time, I was working as a lifeguard, because I was a lifeguard at the time, and he said, Tat, why don't you apply to this job? Long story short, I was running the place within 6 months. And it just came naturally to me. I was a manager there, leading people. And I have to say, the first little inspiration came to me. And I find it like a sign. I really believe in magic. I believe magic exists in the world. And I mean it literally. Not just like, oh, magic vibes. I'm talking about real magic shit. Okay, I believe in that. And at the time, my boss, the owner of the company, he was doing very well. He said to me, he told me to look out the window. And he said, look at all these homes here. Look at all these businesses. Look at the world. He goes, at the time he was talking about the directories we were selling. He's like, every single one of these businesses needs a directory. I didn't. I saw real estate. Okay, so then that stays in me. I meet a very nice man. We get engaged to get married. And we decided, why don't we do this ourselves? So I opened my own agency. I opened my own company with my husband at the time. And he's currently my partner in the real estate agency today. And we opened a telemarketing company. And we did very, very well. And then we got too big, too fast. The FTC changed the rules. And we're getting there. FTC changes the rules. And we just had a little family, little baby. And I didn't want any trouble with the Americans. Yeah. And we had already gotten a complaint, a very big complaint. And so I said, this isn't for me, my little baby, God forbid. Absolutely. I spoke to my father. We closed everything down. And we were basically living off our savings. And my dad says, why don't you get into real estate? You're so great at sales and you did so well with this. Why don't you get into real estate? And I said, because you're a realtor. My father was a realtor, is a realtor. And he said, why don't you become a realtor? And I said, because you're a realtor. I don't need to run another one in the family. And he's like, Tatiana, you could take this to the next level. Just do it. You have nothing else to do. I had just had my other baby, so the government was helping us with the baby bonus. And I went to real estate school. And within 6 weeks, I made my first sale.
After you got your license?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Wow.
And I remember the day after when I got my license, after I passed my exam, I said, I'm sleeping in today. My father calls me on the phone and he says, what are you doing? He's a Colombian guy. Think of typical Colombian, that's my dad. What are you doing? I said, I'm sleeping. It's the first time I get to sleep in. He goes, get off your ass. Come to the office. It's time to prospect. So I got off my ass. We made a sale 6 weeks later. I remember at the time, it was a sixplex in what is now called the Atwater Market. It wasn't the Atwater Market in those days. In those days, it was called Little Burgundy. It was a piece of shit. I remember looking at that commission check. It was $14,000. And this was 15 years ago, 16.
So it's like 30,000 today.
And I was like, what? And I said, and how I did it, I met people, listed a property, knocked on the door. It was so easy compared to all the other jobs I had had in the past, a telemarketing company and da-da-da. And I saw bright lights, big city, and I never looked back. Within 3 years, I said, why do I have to beg for my check from these brokers? Like, why do I have to be waiting? Oh, did the check come in yet? No, hasn't come in yet. And they look at me like I was bothering them. This is my money. So because of that, again, money driven, and there's nothing wrong with a woman being money driven. Guys are money driven all day long. Okay, so money freaking driven. I said to myself, what am I doing here? Like begging for my pay when it's my pay. They're not working for these people. We work together. And so I opened my own agency. That was the first reason. So I said, I could pay the rent, $3,000 a month. I make that in a small little rental commission. And I'll have my own little thing going on with a couple of the agents who like me, and we'll hang out, have fun. Then what happened was I had previously done a couple of episodes for this really huge real estate show called Buy Me that was on HGTV. Okay. And as kismet and magic happens in the world, when I had decided to become my own broker and open my own agency, the TV show said, 2 TV shows came knocking. But to answer your question, that's how I got into real estate.
Wow.
Now, you're probably going to ask for the TV show, but we'll let you guys take control of
Hey, it's all about you.
of the questions.
It's all about you.
So yeah, that's how I got into real estate, and I've never looked back. I've been in the business over 15 years now, and my agency has been open for over a decade now.
And how many brokers now, agents?
We are about at 103 brokers. We've always been, we go from 103 to 93 to 97 to 89, but we've been stable at about 100.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We have 2 locations in the city, in Westmount and the West Island.
Here's a question for you. What's your competitive advantage? What's the difference between Blonde Donna Group versus Remax, whatever?
Good question.
I don't think as a whole there's a big difference. In other words, we are an agency with brokers. The brokers, they pitch their services. Not even, I think they pitch themselves, okay? So when I first opened the agency, it was all about me. I said, they don't care, the clients don't care who they're signing with, meaning the banner. They don't care about the banner. I'm convinced they don't care about the banner. They care about the person representing the banner and what they have to offer. And the problem today is that a lot of these brokers, these agents, because we only call them brokers in Quebec, by the way.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, they're called real estate agents.
They used to be called agents here too, right? And now they became brokers?
Yeah, so I'm a head broker and a broker. Certified broker and a broker of my own agency. Anyway, so let's just say agents. A lot of these agents, they're offering themselves. People don't care about you. What they care about is what you have to offer them. Yeah. What's in it for me? What kind of service could you bring to me? it should be a service-oriented industry when it's become just a bunch of people thinking they're big movie stars and they forget about the service, And so in the beginning, it was about me and the celebrity brand, and I had the TV show, and all the agents started coming in because of the TV show on HGTV, the property shop.
The branding.
The branding, and they came, and they were going to be on TV, on an internationally syndicated TV show. So it was really exciting. But then once the TV show's over, what do? So why did they stay with me? Like, even today, a lot of people will leave school and say Londono versus Remax, right? Remax is an international brand. Well, you know what? Times are changing, and Remax is expensive. And they make you sign crazy contracts that, God forbid, you want to get out of.
You're locked on.
You go broke. I know a lot of agents who went broke because they couldn't pay their fees. The fees accumulated, and these guys come and collect through court. They'll go to court to collect. So I think we offered an option. And also, you walk in there, there were no options for young, inexperienced, insecure
Upcoming.
agents. Yeah.
For the rising stars.
Yeah, no, they walk in, okay, you finish your real estate course, and you walk into this huge office with a bunch of people walking around, don't even look at you. And then you walk into my office, where we sit there, we listen to you, we hold your hand until you're ready to fly away. So I really believe that we offered that other option to the younger agent who didn't know where to start, who was too shy to ask or just didn't know how to ask. And we bring them in like the family. You know
like
what I mean?
Like a more personal touch, basically.
It's more personal.
In the trenches.
And I have to say, my partner in the business, my baby daddy, Oren, he makes sure to take care of you, even if you've been with us 10 years. The dedication that we give these agents, they see it. They know the difference, and they know that they're not going to get that anywhere else.
And you also, because you have your brokerage firm, but you also do investing in real estate yourself.
Yeah.
So which is really cool. Like a lot of people sell real estate, they just sell it, but they don't invest the money themselves into real estate. So
you see, when you have all these people working for you, and you could see it. You can't tell me I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing this, running an agency for 10 years, and I've been in the business 15. I could smell the good from the bad, the ones who will make it, the ones who don't, by the habits. And I see what they do. And I talk to them, and I warn them, and I tell them, and they don't listen. Number one, realtors do not spend. Okay, what they do is instead of reinvesting in their business, they spend their commissions. I always reinvested my commission checks back into the business. I still do today. Number one, if not, the government's coming to collect eventually, and they love realtors. Number two, your business could never grow if you don't reinvest in it. Number three, they don't keep up with the times. So the stuff I taught 10 years ago, some of them are still doing the same thing, and they can't get out of their box. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you don't grow, you die. Sure. If your business doesn't grow, you die. If you don't grow, you die. It's the same sort of thing. So I have to say, these agents, they have so much potential, but so many bad habits. And so, I tell them, take your commission checks and reinvest it. Money in the bank is useless.
It's money that's dying.
Yeah, right? Because it's not growing. Absolutely. I love this guy. What's your sign?
Leo.
Oh, good, Leo. You?
Of course.
I believe in magic, remember?
And yours?
I'm an Aquarius. Just so you know, Oprah Winfrey's an Aquarius. Anyway. So I tell these guys, you want the government to take it? Do you want to be rich? These guys that you see on TV, $1 million realtors, you think they're just spending their commissions? No, honey. They're reinvesting their commissions. I believe land is finite. When you buy real estate properly, land is a finite thing, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why we're growing up this way. Yeah. We have air rights now because there's no more here. So if you could get a piece of here, as my father always said, what's real? Invest in Real estate. It's real.
Grant Cardone says that too. Real estate.
Is that what he says?
Yeah.
He's funny, that guy. He's so funny. When he's in his car filming himself, he's hysterical. That guy. He's very good, Grant. So my daddy says, he said to me always, it's real, Tatiana. It's real. You invest in what's real, not paper. You invest in what's real. You invest in what's real and it's finite. Sure, it's a longer term investment. But honey, it just skyrockets. It just keeps going up. So yes, I've been investing in real estate, thanks to my daddy, for a very long time. In fact, I just put an offer on a building yesterday too. I just finished another one in the Atwater market. And you put your money in there, it's safe, and it grows. And guess what? In hard times, surprises maybe, it comes in really handy, you know, especially that you could refi a property, pull some money out. So yeah, real estate's a great thing.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
Again, real estate, like I'm just living it, breathing it.
Absolutely, totally agree. Yourself compared to other real estate not real estate owners, but
agency owners?
Agency owner.
Yeah.
You own the product. You know what I mean? Others, they just sell the product, or they tell others what to do.
Like hypocrites.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. So, oh God, it's so
It's
weird.
like, let's say, for example, I'm selling a Mercedes, but I'm driving a Honda. How does that make sense, right?
So I say that all the time. That's another thing I use to get the agents to come to us. I say, in this case, your agency owner is actually working.
That's right.
Making the
Leading by
deals.
example.
Leading by example. I'll tell you ahead of time if the market is getting shitty. Because if Tatiana feels the market's getting shitty, it's getting shitty. Okay? And why? Because I own the agency. I see what's going on. I see how many sales are coming in. And at the same time, I'm working and I have the biggest team in my agency. Okay? So I know, I could smell it. So right now, before the elections, there was a standstill. I could feel it in the business. It's fucking, everybody's like, woo, all summer. And then suddenly September, October hits and it's shh. I felt it immediately. So yes, it makes a huge difference when the agency owner, and remember, this is for everyone all over the world who works in real estate. This is a universal episode, guys. When the agency broker owner is working, you got yourself a great agency.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And I have to say, in this city, many of them are not working anymore, which is okay. That's a choice. They've dedicated themselves full time, but they don't understand what's going on out there. Yeah. It's very nice to bring your dog to work and sign the checks and just sit there and listen to people's problems. But honey, if you're not out in the field, don't tell me what to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what's going on out there. Don't tell me things will get better if I keep picking up the phone and prospecting when there are no listings out there and I'm competing with these big ass agents.
You have to lead by the front. You have to be a leader. Not a boss, but a leader.
The general, man.
Yeah.
Like in war.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
While the officers were I was in the army, you know that, right?
No, I don't.
I was in the army too.
For how long?
I was in the army for maybe 2 years. I did my GMT,
Wow.
general military training, when I was 19 years old. Became a private, and voila, I was done.
Good for you. So you got that discipline.
Oh yeah, baby. I believe all the little things, all the people have led me to who I am today. And
So you believe things happen for a reason. There's a reason why we're sitting right here right now.
absolutely. I truly believe it.
It's magic.
It's also, everything's magic. So the trees, in the winter die. The leaves come off. They're there, but the leaves are gone. The flowers die. But then in spring, with enough rain and balance, it starts budding again. And the green comes again. If that's not magic, I don't know what is. And if the trees are going through that, what are we doing as such powerful people with souls, feelings? It's just crazy. I always say, and this I got from my husband, dogs don't deserve us. They always love you. They come to you happy. They don't ask for anything. They want food, and they won't get fed unless you feed them, you know? It's magical.
And when you were starting your own agency, like were people laughing at you? Did you have haters? You're never gonna make it. You're crazy. Stick to what you're doing.
It's crazy because I think everything's universal, right? Like you hear stories about Oprah, for example. I mentioned her before. They used to say she's too ugly. She's never gonna make it. Da, 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 da. They wanted her to conform and become someone else, straighten her hair. That story where she almost burnt her head off. When I first started, everyone told me, even my best friends. My husband was a little scared because he cared about me, and he was concerned, that I was going to open Londono Realty Group. In other words, immigrant girl realty group. That's what you hear, Londono, And so at first they said, you're stupid, why do that? Remax came up to me and they had lunch with me. Coincidentally, all this happened when the show came to me. I don't think it was a coincidence. He probably wanted to benefit from the TV show, but it's funny, he had no interest in me prior. I was at his office for the longest time. Well, not that long, 1 year. And I didn't like the way I was being treated. Not that they did anything wrong. I was one of their top producers. I had just started and not even a pat on the back because you're too busy. So then suddenly, 3 years later, he wants to open Remax with me. He wants me to open a couple of franchises. I thought about it and go, I'm going to have my own TV show. Going to give it to them? Forget it. So he said to me, well, come on, I'm going to open Londono Realty Group. Please. They were laughing at me. And then my friends were saying to me, could you call it London Group? I'm like, who the hell's London? My name is Tatiana Londono. And they're like, yeah, but it's like a really, come on, it's like an immigrant name, Tat. I swear this is what happened to me. To the point where the TV show originally wanted me to do a condo project, like a TV show about a condo project, but Brad Lamb already had that. And I said, I don't want the same TV show as Brad Lamb. I said, I'm opening my own agency. What do you think about that as a concept? And they said, that's a great idea. And the whole point of the show was me against the big boys, because no one thought I was going to make it. Nobody thought. They all laughed at me. My signs, my original website was disgusting. My original website was so pathetic, but at least I took action and did something. Okay, because I didn't have the money for the big bright lights at the time. My office was very small, but I made sure I got a good rent. I wasn't going to go crazy and spend. If you see the first episode of Property Shop, I'm going up the street, I'm shopping. This was real. Someone was asking $14,000 for a space on Green Avenue, a basement and a first floor. I was like, oh, $14,000. Forget the ego. I'll go on a second floor, small square footage, as long as I could afford it. See, in the back of my head, it was all about, if I could afford the rent, I'm cool. So that was my aim, and then it all grew from there.
And then you scaled.
Yeah. So, everybody thought, forget it, she's not going to make it. She's not going to make it. Ooh, I still remember my first 3 years.
Number one, how important is for them to master the sales industry? Like them learning that language. They need to know how to sell, number one. And number two, how important is to have a mentor?
Okay, so what if I tell you I disagree with you? I thought it was that back in the day. Again, that's old-fashioned sales talk. Okay, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with old-fashioned, but old-fashioned doesn't propel your growth. I really do believe you could implement systems in your business where you don't have to do anything if you don't want to, as long as you hire the proper people. So you could be the leader, the rainmaker, just like you have here, right?
Absolutely.
So
But you need to start somewhere, though.
If you're just starting,
You're just starting.
you could start this way too. This is what you do.
The first 5 years, let's say.
Here's the deal. You have an idea, you want a brokerage, as long as you know the law and you know the system and you learn a system, you implement it. So what I could do, if I rewind 15 years, is I hire a nice guy on the phone who's nurturing my agents. I hire an outside broker who's dealing with the buyers, and I have an inside broker who's dealing with the, outside broker that's dealing with the buyer's agent, and I have an outside broker who's dealing with the listings. All I have to do is propel the lead generation machine, pass out the leads, and collect 50%. You have to have systems in place. You don't have to do the old-fashioned crap. So did you guys see the movie McDonald's, Founder? Excuse me, did he know anything from running a restaurant? Did he ever run a restaurant himself? No.
And the original founders were...
Look what happened to them.
Exactly. He cut them because they were not willing to advance.
Exactly. So, did you read the book, The E-Myth?
No.
Okay, so The E-Myth is a great book, and it's about you got to be, the problem with us, so you're talking about being a technician. You need to be 33% technician, 33% manager, and 33% entrepreneur. Okay? All this is in this wonderful book. And the problem with us is that we become technicians. And that's when you have no freaking balance and you don't know how to grow and you stagnate. If you watch this movie, Founder, you notice he didn't know nothing from restaurants, but he knew that whatever the heck those two, the original guys were doing, there was a system in place and that he could sell that system. So realtors, restaurant owners, any business, you could do the same. You implement a system in your business immediately, and you're consistent. You don't have to be the born salesman. You could hire a born salesman for you. In fact, the people you hire shouldn't be that skilled, because if they're too skilled, they're going to require too much attention and too much money. And then when they leave, you go through that whole pain of, oh my God, how do I replace them? Because the skilled ones leave. You got to be able to implement systems in your business that are reproducible, like a franchise model, whether you're opening a franchise or not. Do you understand me?
Absolutely.
Right? You should be able to take the business you guys have here and blip, 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 all over the place.
Here's another question.
What was the second question? There's another question.
The mentor, yes.
Okay, so I truly believe in coaching. I truly believe that some people are better than you. There's people better than you in everything.
Absolutely.
Right? And I truly do believe that everybody should have a shortcut to success through these mentors, no matter who it is. Who are mine? Tony Robbins. I love him. Love him. I've gone to Date with Destiny, Unleash the Power Within, etc. I have many real estate coaches that I follow. And I take what they've brought, the talent they bring, their shortcuts, and I make them mine. I'm a woman. I'm different. My experience is different. I'm in Montreal. Different. So I take what they give me, get inspired, mold it to myself. I truly believe in mentors, shortcuts to success, hiring experts. And there's experts all over the world. And it doesn't have to cost you too much money. And now, in the life we're living of freedom of information, access to information, honey, you could educate yourself for free.
On YouTube, yeah. Literally.
I'm on a keto diet. It's the diet that works for me. It's the best thing that's happened to me this year, the keto diet, besides the fact that my daughter and my son are doing so well. God bless them. And my husband's so beautiful.
High fats, no carbs.
Thank you. So keto is one of the best things that's happened to me. I learned all of it on YouTube. Dr. Berg. Love Dr. Berg. You have access to everything you want. There are no excuses not to be successful anymore. You have talented people like yourselves sharing. People like me, Tatiana.live, with affordable real estate coaching, where basically I'm teaching all the secrets of my success, all the things to avoid for nothing. My membership right now, because we just started in September, is $47 American a month. How much is coffee?
$5 a day Starbucks.
Thank you. And you're telling me that you can't afford that? Please stop with the stories. People have a story. Stop with the stories.
You can either make excuses or you can make money.
You cannot do both.
Thank you.
Here's another question, a little off
And
topic.
success isn't money. So what it is, success brings you money. Because if you're good at something, you could probably charge for your services, right? And it's what you do with that money that's important too. I give back to charity. I give a lot of money away. My accountant called me just 2 days ago. He goes, Tatiana, your freaking charitable receipts are all over the place. I go, what do you mean? He goes, they send the receipts to Tatiana Londono. I need it sent to the company, and he's giving me shit all the time. He goes, you give away a lot of money. I give away money for causes that are wonderful. It started with the Greeks, the Athena house.
Yes.
Okay? Melpa is the best. She's a saint on earth. Okay? I give to women's shelters thanks to Melpa Camateros.
What if somebody doesn't like giving back? Do you think they will succeed in the near future?
I truly believe in karma, magic. So I believe in the yin and the yang. And if you're just yanging it, the yin isn't getting involved, then it's no balance.
Yeah.
There's no balance. It'll get to you. I promise. And it's in this lifetime. I'm not talking about another life here.
Yeah. This life.
Today. I'm not saying you have to, but you gotta give in your way, I believe. You receive, the natural thing to do is give. Give, receive, give, receive. Do you understand? There we go. Yeah, I live like this. I'm a pretty intense chick. You could speak to my husband.
Let's talk about investing, right? As an investor, US or Canada?
US. Okay, so you should invest in what you know. So do you know anything about the American market?
He invested in the US.
When? 2008?
No, apartment buildings.
Okay, so
Ohio, Alabama.
anywhere there's land and it's finite. So we go back to my original theory, you're gonna do fine. As long as you don't have people stealing from you, your managers.
It's all about the property managers over there.
Yeah. So as long as your managers aren't stealing from you and you are traveling on a frequent basis to make sure everything is going okay, you're going to do just fine and you'll be a very wealthy man very soon, if you aren't already. It will increase your wealth tenfold. Now, to be safe, you should invest
In your backyard.
in proximity, but don't let that get to you either. Like, hey, if this is your path, I know people who invested in Atlanta, Georgia in 2008. They were Montrealers. They sold all their assets here and knew the laws of real estate. Land is finite. Markets crash. It'll go back up because there's still people being born and need places to live and so on, and communities grow. It's just logic theory. It's logical. Real estate is a fantastic investment in the long term and will propel your wealth. These guys sold everything here because they saw Montreal was stagnant because of the political situation here.
And do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I believe politics will affect your investments. So at the time, they sold everything they had here. They invested in Georgia. They didn't look back. And of course, what happened to the market after 2008? Anyone could have told you. How many of my friends invested in Miami? A couple of my agents invested in Miami. I didn't even invest in Miami in 2009 because they thought, oh, is the market ever going to come back? Of course it freaking did. And these people are all laughing. You invest today. It's funny. Everyone's like, Tatiana, you're going to overpay for a property? You never overpay for a property unless it's some shitty condo in some crappy thing. If you're buying land, if you're buying a piece of property on land, you're safe. I don't know about a condo in the sky, but if you're buying a like a duplex, multi-family building, you're laughing. Even if you overpay, because it'll keep going up. If you manage it properly.
And you do flipping here in Montreal, right?
Yeah.
You do. I saw it was on Instagram.
Yeah, Atwater, you posted it on
So the wonderful
refinance and
thing about being in my business is we get the good deals first. Okay? So I see what's on the market before everyone. Plus, I'm an agency owner. So I have people coming into my office saying, Tat, look what I just got. So, hey, why put it on the market? Just give it to me.
Exactly.
So it's a lot of fun.
Double dip.
I love my life. Don't you love yours?
Absolutely.
Gotta be grateful every moment of our life.
I love it. Like, come on. The chances of me being born in a third world country, Colombia, were very high. But my mom and dad, at 20 years old, said, this ain't for me. My mom followed my dad, and thank God he chose Canada. Don't you think the same? You could be living in a village in Greece somewhere with the economy right now over there.
It's true.
And look at you, you're here.
New Yorker. This guy.
I was born in New York.
Oh my God. Why the hell are you here? No, I'm joking.
I came here when I was
Even better, New York. You could go back if you want, no?
Yeah,
you were
but-
born there.
yeah, two,
wow,
two
good for
passports.
you. So I could talk all day. Like
Where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years? What's like your short or long-term goals?
where do you see me in the next 5-10 years?
Where do I see you?
You offering your mentorship, your skills, teaching people here locally in Montreal how to invest in real estate, flip a house, that kind of stuff.
I think
Seminar
Seminars.
business.
I'm doing
And we're
that
gonna be
already.
collaborating together.
I'm doing that already. So I wrote a book.
Oh wow, okay.
Hello, I thought I got here because of my book. So Real Estate Unfiltered is my book. I'm one of the only Quebec agents, because I'm not sure if anyone else has, but I'm pretty much sure I'm one of the only Quebec agents
Do you have one with you?
that's written. No, I thought you guys had a copy of the book or something, but I have one out.
we'll buy
You could
one.
go to realestateunfiltered.com.
We'll leave it here for you.
Yeah.
And I'll bring it if you like. Realestateunfiltered.com. I have some in the car. Realestateunfiltered.com is the website, and you could go there and get a free copy.
Just pay shipping.
Yes, pay shipping. Just pay shipping. And then there's Tatiana.live, which is a weekly real estate course that teaches you how to make the big bucks in real estate. And I'm not talking about theory, actual systems that I use, the real stuff, the nitty gritty, the scripts, the systems, my lead gen, my ads, all that. Every week, tune in if you're a realtor. But yeah, I where do I see myself in 10 years? I see myself in a really nice place. Don't know where, because I have everything I need right now. I'm very happy. But maybe traveling a little more and living off passive income.
Cash flow.
Yeah, I don't want to work too hard. The whole point of this is to relax and enjoy my family. And my daughter maybe will be married in 10 years. You know what I'm going to be doing? Raising the grandkids, man. I can't wait. I want my daughter to get married young. My father says, don't say that. She has school. And I go, I want her to get married young. I want her to have a baby for me. I'll take care of the baby while she finishes school. But yeah, taking care of my grandkids, living that life of my dreams, traveling with my husband, making sure my kids have everything. Another thing I really want to do is buy each of my kids a house.
Anybody, getting involved in your industry or as an entrepreneur, any advice you can give them?
Absolutely. Don't be afraid. Remember, in Canada, the worst that could happen is that it doesn't work out. You go bankrupt and start again. This is a wonderful place we live in where you could start over and over again. And remember, today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Seize it, carpe diem, just do it. And I promise you, if you dedicate yourself with consistency and implement systems, you'll be successful in any part of your life.
Once again, Tatiana, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We
you.
had a blast. You inspired us.
I hope so.
100%.
I hope so. I don't come here to waste time and see myself on YouTube. I come here to hopefully, as you said, give that little nugget of advice to someone to help them.
Absolutely. Thank you. And keep on doing what you're doing. You deserve all the success.
Thank you.
And keep on doing it. And you never know, in the near future, we might do something together.
Amen. And remember, everything's possible.
Absolutely.
You could do anything.
Well, guess what? I have some amazing news for you. Ta-da! At long last, I've published Real Estate Unfiltered, How to Become a Real Estate High Roller. Now, my book is packed with the secrets of how I built this powerhouse business. From branding yourself, to automated prospecting, to booking appointments, all those things that lead to big fat commissions checks. Now, guess what? For a limited time, I'm gonna buy you a copy of my book so that you too can become a real estate high roller. That's right, I'm giving it to you as a gift, and all you have to do is pay a nominal shipping fee. Here it is. Now, having this book in your hands is like sitting down with me and having me coach you from A to Z in this business. I basically reveal the methods that put me at the very top of the real estate profession with billions of dollars in sales, coaching thousands of realtors, and even starring in my own hit TV show, HGTV's The Property Shop. Now, we have a limited supply, so don't wait. Fill out the form and I'll rush your book to you. Now, it doesn't matter if you're just getting started or if you're a new agent, and it doesn't matter if you're already a veteran. There's something here for everyone, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Get the book now, guys. She's coming to you. She's coming. See you.